Well, we have an update now on a 3 News investigation that is leading to 2 new Ohio bills aimed at preventing AirTag stalking.
Our investigation uncovered loopholes in Ohio law that made it perfectly legal to use tracking devices like those tiny AirTags to stalk unsuspecting people. Our Lena Lai broke the story, joins us now here on What's New. This story just keeps on going.
Well, you know what? We are also getting a good lesson on how government works. And sometimes bills don't always pass very quickly because this is legislation that we have been following. Bills addressing this issue died in the last session of the General Assembly. But this past week, the Ohio Senate is now joining the Ohio House in reintroducing bills to ban secret electronic tracking with devices like AirTags. You see, last year, a 3 News investigation uncovered lapses in Ohio's stalking laws that allowed stalkers to track people without their consent. We found that at least 19 other states in the U.S. had specific laws addressing unwanted electronic tracking, but not Ohio. So we presented our research to a bipartisan group of lawmakers in the Ohio House and the Ohio Senate. Their bills addressing the issue didn't quite make it over the finish line last fall before the end of the legislative session. But this past week, both chambers have reintroduced these bills. House Bill 91, Senate Bill 100. Both seek to ban the use of electronic tracking devices without a person's consent. State Representative Tom Patton from Strongsville, who sponsored HB 91, says Ohio law needs to keep up with technology.
Genesis of House Bill 91 was actually brought forward by you last year in late February when you ran a story about the AirTags on your news programs. You know, modern technology is wonderful, but when it can turn around and bite you, we got to see if we can't come up with enough punishment to make people think twice before they do it.
Okay, so both bills would make electronic tracking without a consent a first-degree misdemeanor, which is punishable by up to 6 months in prison. It does allow for exceptions, like for parents keeping tabs on their kids, caregivers of elderly people or disabled adults, and of course for law enforcement purposes.
So it ran out of time is why it died
Basically.
last time around. I can't imagine that there would be any opposition to this. This seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, and that's really why there's been such tremendous support in both chambers, both parties as well.
Right.
If there's been any kind of pushback, it's been from private investigators.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but they haven't, they have the opportunity to submit testimony in committee, and both of these bills will now head to committee for committee hearings to just basically debate the pros and cons of the legislation. But so far, there's been overwhelming support, even also from the Attorney General.
I think if someone is electronically tracking you, you have the right to know that.
Yeah,
it just seems like a basic right.
Yeah, and it also makes it easier because 19 other states that I did all the research and found that 19 other states had similar laws. So, this makes it easier for Ohio.
All right.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Lena.
So much,
Very good.